You know, I don't know how much more bad news we can actually deal with in this country. I don't know how much more bad news. But for those of you who are frustrated, like you're tired of all the sad stories, there's much more to come. It's not that we are praying for better, but there's much more that's about to come. It's like a domino effect where things just keeps tumbling down. Bahia Principe is a hotel here, and they are currently about to lay off 2,000 Jamaicans. Christmas is around the corner, a special time for people. Melissa has just ravaged everybody. Business people are running to safe haven with their money, and they don't want to make any deal that actually benefits their workers who actually made their businesses, survived, and thrived. They want to do a $15 billion upgrade to their properties. Melissa, I understand, ravaged, I think one of their properties or both properties, damages totaling 850 million Jamaican dollars. The trade union been trying to get a deal in for the workers, one where their very health cards would be a thing that they agree to still pay for the people while they're being made redundant for a while. And the reasons they were giving is that person's mental health might go off, and stresses and other ailment due to the layoff. And they just wanted to secure that. The trade union wanted to secure that for the people. But I don't know, these hoteliers, I don't think they're going to be making any deal. They actually want to get rid of the people. Jamaica did not block the road and fight when the private sector organization of Jamaica actually suggested to the government of Jamaica to inject a clause that would protect them to not make any redundancy payment to anybody. All right, let me break that down for you. The private sector organization of Jamaica has been advocating to not pay people that they will be laying off. And a lot of you missed it. This is not something that the government shut down. The government been looking into it. The government of this country actually are looking into it. And you know why they have to look into it? Because the private sector organization of Jamaica is the one that pumps money into these criminals. Yeah? So the government people are loyal to them. So anything them propose, them have to give in. And the Jamaican people suffers again. So storm is on us. Hotels are ravaged, wants to do their rebuilding and all kind of stuff, and our renovations at the expense of 2,000 Jamaicans who will just have to be laid off. Bank of Jamaica, Governor Biles, who I really don't like. Trust me, when I like you, the Biles, when I like you because I only for one, why most of the people here are not educated into cryptocurrencies and stable coins, the new monies that are taking over. Been telling people, but been ignoring Marvin Edgar for a long time. We're not going to see exactly who I am. And the people who did not listen, you're going to pay, and you're going to pay dearly. Now, Governor Biles and the government of Jamaica have been pretty much sabotaging the people of this country with the lack of information. Nobody has been educated about the rapid shift in the financial sector and the fact that the entire world is moving from fiat to digital currencies. The little that the government give is nothing in comparison to the rollout of information about COVID in 2020, 2019, 2020. Ono give so much information of how people should stand 6 feet apart. Them can go wedding, them can go funeral, the gatherings. Ono allow with a download app that can track everybody who comes off an airplane. Yeah, true. Yeah, man, you have to download an app that keeps track of everybody. You emptied every single hotel because if you had a fever or even look like COVID, even look upon you, they move you into one of those hotels and have you quarantined for 2 weeks, 14 days. But they cannot do the same thing for persons who are ravaged, who are presently eating stuff where rat piss pan and shit pan. Hence we have 14 persons who have already died. They survived the hurricane and they were our survivors, and because of the lack and slow and incompetent response from the government of Jamaica, we now have 14 confirmed deaths from leptospirosis. Let me tell you what you don't know. Within the next 2 weeks, we're going to have at least 50 to 100. Mina ask Christ, and possibly more. So while Jamaicans survived one of the worst storms that have ever passed through this region, we still have 1 month post hurricane. We have a government, who is going to tell us that they have not yet touched a dime from the donations that they got. They haven't touched it. And then we have another dirty, nasty one called Darrell Vaz, who is going to shout in the parliament and tell we say and dictate, say, listen, we are going to take the catastrophe bond, the 150 million US dollars, and we're going to lend JPS, because JPS need that. JPS has been around now for decades in this country. They have been around for decades in this country. They have made billions on top of billions. Yeah, I have someone up in Spaldings in Clarendon, they haven't had electricity since the hurricane, and electricity came back on Sunday night. Today is Thursday. Sunday night they got electricity, and she got a bill. She got an electricity bill from JPS that her bill is now 16,000 Jamaican dollars. Oh, but for those of you who don't know, 16,000 is actually our minimum wage here. So $16,000 for electricity that she didn't have. She paid her bill prior to the storm. So this bill would actually be the bill that would have been generated for the storm. 16,000 Jamaican dollars. These are the people that are about to get 150 million US dollars, while our brothers and sisters to turn on back electricity in communities that will not have no house. These people's homes, our houses were blown away. But you see it vitally important to suffocate these people, starve these people, keep them shelterless, so that JPS can take your money with your bill house, clean up a place, feed the persons who we should have evacuated long time, and to save lives. Well, let me tell you again, because I never think someone will hear. Within the next 2 weeks, max, there should be at least 50 to 100 deaths. So sorry for all the persons overseas who you were so happy to celebrate the survival of your relatives that are down there now, and you're making every effort to send barrels and stuff home. It's possible that your relatives are going to die. Yeah, I don't know which one of you are, but they can't stop it at this point because it's too late. And we told you cholera is going to break out because it's about contaminated water. And of course the rats are there now, the flies are there, bringing the persons who are passing their feces and flies pitch on them food. Leptospirosis is going to spread like crazy. You haven't seen nothing yet. When I tell you that it's time for a revolution, you think I'm playing? Let me tell you, see the government are in the parliament in there. You'll notice every time they always find something to laugh about. While people are suffocating and people are dying and people are without and they're not spending the money. Jamaica, may God have mercy upon our soul here. May God have mercy.